This is an Elvis Duran in the Morning Show online exclusive.
And we welcome Chris Colfer. Hi, Chris. Welcome to the show.
That's a great applause. Thank you.
And you know what? We have many reasons for wanting you here. First of all, Glee, since day one, we've been all in it, all up it.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
All up in there. Thank you.
Yeah. And your character, of course, which I guess I'm right or wrong. I don't know, was created because of you, because of Chris, right? I mean, the guy who started Glee just really liked you and said, "We got a character in this guy."
Yeah, they were planning on having this character named Rajesh in it, and then I came in and they said, let's get rid of Rajesh and get this guy a character.
You're not tan enough to be a Rajesh.
No. I mean, I certainly try, but no, I'm definitely not.
Right. Now, Glee, I guess you guys are back to work and you're taping again pretty soon?
We start up not this week, but next.
All right. Are you ready for that? Is it grueling? Is it a lot of work?
It's a lot of work, yeah, definitely.
And they don't tell you what happens, right? Just as you go along, it's like, here's what you're going to do, here's what you're going to do.
Pretty much, yeah. It's usually we'll get like an act of a script the night before and then have to do it the next day. Yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty fly by the wall.
The reason I ask if it's a grueling schedule is because I look at everything you've got going on. The book, which we got to talk about. You didn't you just produce a movie, or what did you do?
I started and wrote it. And I guess I did produce it as well. Yeah.
Well, okay.
How do you have time to do that?
Yeah, that takes a couple hours a day. And now you're working on another one.
Yes, I am.
All
yes.
right. Then they're like, "You're late for Glee. We need you on
Yeah.
set."
Right. Well, no. Usually I'm working on. I'm constantly on my computer on set or in between scenes and. On weekends, at nights, and it's crazy because I wrote the book and planned the movie while we were on the world tour. So like I would literally be on stage singing something and then have an idea or remember an email that I had to write and run downstairs to the changing booth and write the email or write something down and then go back out and do single ladies.
Oh my
It's
God!
crazy.
I've got to sit down. You're wearing me out.
I mean, this book is over 400 pages long, and so I'm like, how the heck do you write a 400-page book and do all these other things?
And I did have a
Crazy.
ghostwriter. That every word was for me.
Wow.
Caffeine?
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Okay, I don't know.
Oh, I might be the first person to die from a caffeine overdose.
Yeah, there's something in your veins, and we may have to do. Can you pee in a cup for us? We want to analyze.
Sure, why not? Yeah,
And
sure.
who hasn't peed in a cup today? Okay, let's talk about it. The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell. It's in stores as we speak.
It is, yes.
I guess without trying to sound like a professional interviewer, I'm just going to ask the simple question: what is it? What is it about?
The Land of Stories is a novel that I've wanted to write since I was 10, and I promised myself when I was 10 that one day, if I ever got the opportunity, I would write it. And it's about twins, Alex and Connor, who inherit this magic storybook, and that sucks them into the fairy tale world. And they have this huge adventure in the fairy tale world, and get to meet all the characters they grew up loving.
And you see the backstory, because I'm reading the book, I love it. And you get the backstory of all, like, the characters, like how Snow White came, got her throne back, and how, what's going on with the witch in the gingerbread house and everything. And in the end, even though Connor, the brother, says some really stupid things, he's going to save the day. I feel it. I feel
She's
it.
definitely been reading this.
I gotta take you everywhere. You're such a great saleswoman.
Yeah, come on,
Thank you.
come
I've always
with you.
wondered about this. When you write about characters from Disney all these years ago, how do you get permission to do that? Is that just okay? You can just write about anything you want?
Well, that's the common misconception because they're not Disney characters. They're characters created by the Brothers Grimm that Disney borrowed to make all their movies.
Oh.
So they're free domain.
So
Anyone
did the
can write
Grimm
about them.
family give you a call?
No, it's the 100 mark, so
We're
they're all
pissed
free
off.
domain. Yeah,
Wow.
right.
The
I'm gonna
Grimm
get a
family's
lawsuit
very
from the
pissed off.
Grimm family.
What I love about this story, Chris, is a lot of us. Oh, I'm hoping all of us. When we were kids, we had dreams. We had fantasies. We played play-like and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But when you get older, you forget about those things, and you never really sometimes even think about them later in life. But you actually went back in your mind, which wasn't that far ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, and you brought them back and you said, let me put them on paper. Let me make some sense out of this.
Yeah.
Were you, okay, here we go, psychological testing time. Were you a kind of a loner kid when you were growing up?
I was, absolutely, yeah. I either was, elementary school I was alone by myself, like under a tree with a book somewhere, or I was bothering the lunch ladies. Didn't have too many friends growing up.
Yeah, ladies with hairnets are a lot of fun.
They are, yes.
But which is probably the reason why you had time to sit down, imagine, dream, think, and here comes a book out of it.
Oh, absolutely. I had many different things that happened, especially in my childhood, that called for me to escape into something, and
Right.
that's what this was the result of.
I'm amazed at how many fairy tales you remember. Like, you've got them all covered in the book, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, and it's all, and it's detailed. It's like, you've got the details down.
I bring them all together with
Yeah.
historical facts that people haven't really ever thought about. Like the Charming Dynasty. I can't believe no one's ever made a point
What is
about...
that?
Well, Okay, so think about it. Snow
Yeah.
White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, all married Prince Charming. Like either he's the biggest playa in the world, or
He's
there's got to be
Christian
more
Grey.
than one.
Yeah,
Right.
they're all related in the book.
Yeah, in the book, they're all brothers.
They're brothers.
Yeah.
Well, something that's interesting here is people actually find a chance in their life to write an autobiography, so they can get it all out, all the things that made them who they are today on paper. It's almost as if the way you grew up, the way you describe yourself as being alone a lot and needing to escape, even though it's a fairy tale or it's a story of fairy tales, it sounds like this is your way of getting your past out on the paper, kind of like a cathartic thing.
Absolutely.